Jacob, did you just put us in the dryer?
No. There's one time I left my phone in the fridge though.
Hi, Nina. Hi, James. James is having an in-depth conversation with somebody. I don't know who you're yelling at, sir, but
Good morning.
how are you, Miss Nina?
I am good. Woke up with a purpose. And
Well,
thanks
come
for
with love it.
thanks for the answer on my Facebook question yesterday. So what's the process on that? Is it the same with like finding a no? You're shaking your head already.
There's nothing similar about building on somebody's land already. Everything is different. Everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If
So
someone already owns the dirt and they're building a custom home, they just need to contact a contractor, get a construction loan unless they have the cash to pay for it, and then build.
okay, and how do we get involved with that?
How do you get involved with that?
Mhm.
Typically,
Take them to the contractor.
you can. There's not a whole lot of commission paid. Most contractors don't pay the commission to agents when
Oh,
they
really?
have a builder like that. So I know Adair does. So
Okay, well then I will direct them to Adair then.
exactly. That's the way I look at it. If I'm using my expertise, I'm getting paid.
Okay.
I do a lot of shit for free, like not run people over in traffic. That's free. I don't get paid for that. I don't shoot up people that yell at me. That's free. Take it warning to strangers. That's free. Beyond that, I get paid for it.
Okay,
So
that's business.
I want you guys to remember that. Like what you do, it's valuable. Get paid for it.
Mhm.
You think you pick up your phone and call Warren Buffett and get financial advice for free? Not a bit, right? So why are you giving away real estate advice? You may not be directly compensated with cash money.
Mhm.
You might get a referral. You might get their information.
Yep.
You might get them to give you something of value. So it's never just
It's not
Give,
all
give,
about
give.
money. Okay.
not always about money. No.
All right.
So if someone pays me in high fives, that's what we've agreed upon as a commission, right? Hey Dan, thanks for answering my question. High five. All right, cool. Now you've given me some love. All right, happy Thursday, everybody. It is Thursday, the 15th of July. Holy shit, we're halfway through another month. I don't know what happens to the year. It's like January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Right? Anyone else have that same feeling of like, oh crap, 2021 is half over? Yeah, right. Sarah's all, damn it, Dan, why do you got to keep giving me existential crises? Is it crises or crises? Crises.
I think it's crises.
Crises. I like crises better. Going through some crises today. Well, that being said, we want to focus in on our opportunities in front of us. Like, what are we working on right now that's going to directly correlate to something tomorrow, like a deal tomorrow? Speaking of a deal tomorrow, I want to congratulate Nicole Sanchez. She got a contract accepted yesterday. A very finicky buyer. So I don't know if there she is. About her internet skipped a little bit, but she got under contract.
Hopefully we get through Binzer this time.
Yes, we will. We will. But it's one of those things. Okay, we are 15 days through the 7th month of the year. All right, I get you. That being said, do you have 6 months left of the year? Do you have 5 months left of the year? Do you even have 4 months left of the year? Whoever's like going to do the math, so that's August, September, October, November, December. I got 5 months. Is that correct? Everyone say no with me. No. Mara, realistically, how many months left of the year do we have?
Guessing 3.
Well, because you get a contract in today, when's it going to close?
A month?
Probably a month from now, right? Okay. But if you put a contract in on December 31st, when's it going to close?
February?
Yeah, February, right? 45 days on average. 45 days. Even if we want to push it and stuff like that. So where you're at today, right now, where you're at right this minute, and where you're going to finish out the year could be astronomically different. Do you believe that? Mara believes it. Kelly kind of believes it. Or she sneezed. I'm not sure. It was a single head nod. She was like Japanese. She was Japanese and saluting. You saw it. I need vigor in the morning. Y'all are in some hurt today. I woke up at 4:58 this morning, which gave me an extra hour and 12 minutes to get my energy ramped up to talk to you guys. And then the whole drive to work, I was singing in the car, some car karaoke. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the sound of someone stepping on a cat. Yes, but I still enjoy it because the energy was out there and I want to project that energy out there. So now, where we're at right now, where you're at today, does not have to be where you finish out this month. It does not need to be where you finish out this quarter, and it does not need to be where you finish out this year. Is it possible to hit your financial goals between now and the termination of this year, where you set them for, right? James is all, hell yeah, fuck yeah, they are, right? If what you did for the last 7 months and 15 days, well, it's actually 6 months and 15 days, if we're being real, if whatever you did for the previous part of this year got you to where you're at right now, will that energy, will that effort get you to where you want to be? Everyone answer yes or no. Right? Sarah's all, hell yeah, selling my house, moving to Florida, doing all kinds of crazy things. Right? She's like, I want less energy in my life. And that's good. That's okay. This isn't all about getting out there and doing gangbusters. This is about fulfilling your goal. Y'all want to work to my goal standards? Get ready for some long days, because my goals for you are much higher than your goals for yourself usually. But I won't ever tell you that because that's my ego. But what I want is I want you guys to realize, okay, what I did before, what I've done in the last 6 months, is that going to get me where I want to go? I had a conversation. We're going to just do some mindset things right now before we jump into some scripts. But I had a conversation this last night, family dinner night, my Wednesday nights, family dinner. My best friend came over. We're sitting in the car. He's going through real estate school right now. He's 8 years younger than I am. He's 26, I'm 34. He was discussing some of the trials and tribulations that he's gone through in his life, having a conversation with my mom. And he was talking about all the people in his real estate class and their latency. Their just absolute lack of energy, their absolute desire. Like they just seem like lame ducks. And I was like, you know what, Tony, man, I love the fact that you're, James is all, yes, oh my God, yes. But that's the thing, is when you look at these people that are coming into this business, I don't want you to compare yourself to them. I don't want you to compare yourself to successful agents or unsuccessful agents. I want you to compare yourself to your potential. Be extremely honest with yourself about where you're at right now. I want you to be hurtfully honest, right? I told you guys I sing like somebody that steps on a cat. But that is painfully honest, right? Everyone got the mental image. You heard it, the screeching in your head. And some of you lost a little respect for me because you're like, Dan can't sing. I thought he was perfect. I'm kidding. No one ever thought that. But that being said, brutally honest about where you're at right now. Extremely purposeful in your day. Okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I've done. This is what I've done for the last 6 months. This is where I've shortchanged my future. This is where I've shortcutted my family. This is where I have done less than I could have. Or on the flip side, this is where I killed it. This is where I did things that I didn't think I ever would. This is where I absolutely crushed my goals and surprised even myself. And if you need to write those things down, write those things down. And then take inventory of exactly where you're at right this minute. This day, in that seat, at this moment, who are you? Is that person the person you need in your life to get to where you want to go? Right? We often tell ourselves lies. We sell this swan song that we're doing great things and we're changing the world and we're doing all kinds of stuff from the couch. You can't affect very many lives until you affect your own first. So I want you to be very realistic about where you're at. Brutally honest with yourself. If you want to share it with me when you have a candid conversation, I'm open for it. But brutally honest with where you're at. And here comes the fun part. You ready for this? I want you to be extremely unrealistic about where you can go. I want you to be astronomically unrealistic about where you can go. And this came about, I was talking to Tony and he's telling me, man, I want to be where you're at and I want to do this and I want to do that. And he's comparing his life to mine. And I told him, Tony, at 26, man, I was fucking things up. I was doing all the wrong things, spending money on dumb shit. I was hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Don't compare myself now, 8 years later than you. And I asked him the question, and like just seeing his eyes open up like this was impressive. And this is a conversation we were having in the car at the grocery store while my mom was inside buying milk and peaches. Very weird. My mom asked to go to the grocery store after dinner. Don't ask. But I asked him, I was like, Tony, where could you be in the next 8 years? And it was in that moment that I realized that nobody had ever asked him that question. Nobody had asked him to think bold. Nobody had asked him to look at where I have been to where I'm at and where I'm going. And I've known Tony about 4 years. We became very close very quickly. Him and I are very much aligned. He reminds me of who I was when I was 25. Maybe even 23. But when I told him, Tony, look at the 4 years. What have you done in the last 4 years? And he's like, well, and he's looking at his improvements. He's looking at his scales and what he's done. And he comes back and he goes, yeah, you're right. I was like, okay, now who you are today, is that going to take you where you want to go tomorrow? Is who you are today going to get you to where you want to be next year this time? In 48 months, 72 months, 60 months, 5 years from now? If the answer is no, if who you are right now is not going to get you to where you need to be in 5 years, do you have time to improve? Right. Do we have time to make those subtle changes in our habits, that 1% better every day, that will propel you closer to your end goal? But it all starts with being extremely honest with where you're at. If you've used something as a crutch or an excuse to justify your behavior or to, make it okay to eat that ice cream, to eat that cookie, to not go to the gym, to not make that phone call, to not send that letter, you need to write that excuse down on a piece of paper. And at the top of that piece of paper, you write the words, no longer will I. And then list all that shit. You want to see some life-changing events happen real quick? Call out your demons. Call out the things that are challenging you. Call out the comforts. The joke ran through my head this morning that my son and my mom were talking. I've got a rental Lincoln Navigator. That's the nicest vehicle I've ever driven. High-end luxury. And my mom last night, my son, I was joking around. I'm driving a Lincoln. I'm a gangster. And my mom's like, this thing is far from gangster. This is like tax accountant kind of car. I was all, no, Mom, comfort is gangster. But this morning I thought about that saying and I was like, you know what? I don't want to be comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable. I want to always be unsatisfied so that I'm pushing for more. So I look for that in my partners. I look for that in my environment. I look for that in my mentors. People that are unsettled because they know that there's more out there. And never to say that once you get to your goal, that's good and just stop. But if you're always looking to improve and you're always looking to find and you're always looking for people to help, then you'll always be unsettled. Netflix and chill won't exist. Because even though you're watching Netflix, you're thinking about something else. You're thinking about the next plan, the next story, the next call, the next client, the next person you get to help. And that's a mindset shift that really takes hold of your life and gets you from here to there a whole lot faster. Science has shown and proven that we can greatly overestimate our abilities in 12 months. We greatly overestimate what we're able to accomplish in 12 months, right? 1 year span. Because that's what we think about. We think in annual terms. We greatly overthink what we can do in 1 year, but vastly underestimate our abilities in 5. So take inventory of where you're at right now. If you need some help, look back at who you were 5 years ago. Those of you who have an Android device, Google Photos, if you use it, go back and look at your pictures 5 years ago. If you are disgusted with the person you're looking at, then you've grown. If you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that, or oh, right? Then you've grown. You've developed, you've grown past who that person was, you've evolved. So take inventory today, guys. Be honest and brutal with yourselves. Write it down. And if there are those demons and those things that are attacking you, the things that are keeping you from being successful, write them down. No longer will I allow my alarm clock to snooze. No longer will I allow 6 a.m. to show up without me finding it first. No longer will I allow sweets to take over my taste buds. No longer will I allow my exhaustion from the day to keep me from going to the gym. No longer will I make excuses for not lead generating. No longer will I allow my age to implement my abilities. No longer will I allow my skill sets to dictate my worth. Just because you're young or you're old or you haven't done it or you've done it a million times, your limiting beliefs are there to keep you safe, keep you out of harm's way. It's a natural thing, right? Don't eat this berry, it's killed Bob. Don't eat that berry, it killed Jill. Those berries are now bad. Now every blueberry is bad. We don't eat blueberries. Are all blueberries bad? No. The beautiful thing about your limiting beliefs is if you constantly protect them and argue for them, you get to keep them. I'm not giving them to you. You're giving them to yourself. So don't feel bad about giving a gift that you gave yourself back, okay? Someone buys you a pony, you feel bad giving it back. But if you go buy yourself a pony and it doesn't work out, you're like, I didn't want a pony. So don't listen to your limiting beliefs. Don't allow them to control you. I don't care what it is. There are a million different limiting beliefs, and they're as simple as, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. You can change all of those into questions. What can I say? Where can I start? What can I do? How can I do this with my ability and skill set? What do I need to learn to change? And then take inventory. Are you going to allow those demons, those limiting beliefs, follow you into next month, next week, tomorrow, later today? Only you can answer that question. The beautiful thing is you have the solution. If you wake up tomorrow and you want to change your life, the hardest decision you're going to have to make is by putting your feet on the ground purposefully. I love that Nina started this call. She's like, I woke up with purpose today. Good. So that was my little rant for this morning. Sometimes, I go on those tangents, guys. Hopefully it was helpful. But I want you to really change who you can be in the next 5 years. You got something, Miss Mara? I saw you come off mute.
I do, but it's well, one thing I just wanted to add was that hard work trumps talent every time. So if you guys, because I know it's a limiting belief, damn it, I know I'm not the most talented person out there, but I work hard and I'm fairly disciplined. And when I did that time blocking in the morning, that changed everything. And attending your morning talk. So I appreciate you so much. You know that.
Well, I
And
appreciate
so
you.
last year was my best year, guys, and I made over $100,000, and I did it in 6 years. I took 1 year off in the middle to take care of my mom. So I want you to know it's possible because I'm not that talented, but hard work trumps talent every time. So hang in there.
Now, the saying is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Mara is 100% correct. The harder I work, the luckier I get. And I can tell you, when I first met Mara to who she is today, world of the difference.
Can
She
I
has
also
helped
know?
me.
Well,
Go ahead,
and it's mentality. At the end of the day, it's believing that you are fully capable of doing what it is that you are being paid to do, and that you can have that. That's end of the day. So Mara here believes that she's fully capable, whether she's talented or not. She's capable. She believes that she can do it. She put forth the effort and she now has it. It's mentality. It's as simple as that. That's it. My name is Sarah and I'm done speaking.
My name is Sarah. I'm done speaking. No, you're not, friend. Ever. Don't ever stop. That's the thing is maybe today's not a scripting call. Maybe this is a mindset call. And every now and again we have these, but I really do hope that you find value in that because this is a community of people that we grow from. I may be the guy up here on my pulpit and speaking from a high tower, but I'm down there in the shrubs with you, getting my knees thick by wicks. I have no problem being real with who I am and what I've done wrong in my life because it allows me to be real about who I'm going to become. Right? We have people of all race, creeds, colors, religions, orientations, ideologies, everything in this company. And understanding how each one of those plays an effect on your development is crucial. Because if I was in a room surrounded by people with my upbringing, surrounded by people with my life, I wouldn't be very far. I came from a small podunk town in California. I moved to Ohio. My dad and mom work as engineers. My dad wanted me to go to school to become an engineer like him. I have a hard time spelling the word restaurant, okay? I am not a scholar. I am not a school person. But what I am is somebody that loves to connect with people. And had I gotten in that community, that small mindset of engineers like my mom and dad, I wouldn't have gotten very far. It wasn't until I was in my 19th year, 20s, that my mom opened up and told me about the fact that, she lived homeless in Phoenix and grew up very poor, and that she used to be a sales director for Xerox, and she used to do all these big things in sales, but she found her way into engineering because it was safe. But the life she told me about, the fun, the excitement, the passion in her eyes when she talked about her sales, I never saw. All I ever saw was my mom come home after every day working at Raytheon just looking defeated. Like there was never a conversation about how the day was great. It was always something going wrong. And my dad spoke in acronyms. Right? Adriana laughs. She knows what I'm talking about. Like that's the thing is like, if I grew up in that environment, I stayed in that environment, would I be who I am today? Would I be where I'm at today? Absolutely not. sometimes the environments that we are in, that we build around us, or our family builds around us, or our friends build around us, are there for safety, are actually cages. So get uncomfortable. Allow your mind to change. Allow yourself to think about opportunities or different lines of thought, or sit down and have conversation with somebody that you don't get along with very well and understand them. Seek first to understand, right? Communication is one of our vows. Seek to understand so that you can grow your mindset and your mentality, and then don't compare. Sit back. Like Sarah and I had a really great conversation. I stopped at an open house that she was doing, and I just wanted to stop by to say hi because it was in my neighborhood. It was down the street from my neighborhood. So it was like, it was easy to stop in. But I mean, I learned a ton about her that I would have never had the opportunity to learn about another human being without the opportunity, like just to sit and chat. Right? These are things that you can look at. Okay, this is what she's gone through in her life and where she's at. I went through similar, and I don't think I made it out just as far. Quit comparing. Appreciate. Be real with you, who you are. Be real with where you're going. And the people that are meant to be there with you will show up. Religion, spirituality, duality, any of those things, like whatever you believe in, all have the undertone of mindset first, right? In Christian faith, you go to church, you sing, you celebrate, and you rejoice to get your mind ready to receive and your heart ready to receive the message, right? You have to get your mindset in place so that you can hear what you're meant to hear, right? Spirituality is connecting to source, right? Being open to the universe, connecting to energy. But if you're not vibrating on the right frequency, you're not going to catch it. Mindset is everything. Positive mindsets are very hard to shake. A friend of mine who I lost contact with 2 years ago reached out to me about her mom and dad needing to sell a house. And she apologized about falling off the face of the earth and not talking anymore. The guy she was dating at the time thought I was a threat and decided that she couldn't be my friend. And that's okay. I respect it because she was doing what she thought was best for her life. And when I told her that, she's like, you've always been able to turn bad situations and make them sound good. I was like, I'm sorry, but having a positive outlook on life and having a positive mindset is hard to shake. Right? I broke my foot. I laughed about it. I was like, this is a new adventure, right? Up until that point, I'd never broken anything below my waist. Tons of ribs, my arms, my legs, my hands, my skull, like all these things. But I could have been like, oh man, my life sucks. No. It's all about how you perceive things. And it all starts with taking inventory of where you're at and being happy with who you are. Challenging the negativity, challenging the limiting beliefs, challenging the things that are trying to keep you in the cage. And then challenging yourself to be better. Because the one truth in this universe, this world that we all live in, is that the only person that's looking out for your best interests is in the mirror. Everyone else has a little bit of bias. Everyone else has a little bit of a second agenda, right? They got to take care of themselves first, just like an airplane. If the masks fall down, who puts it on first? You got to put your own on first, right? Put yours on before attempting to help others. So that's kind of the key message of today. What are you doing to help yourself first? Are you comparing yourself to others' success? Are you comparing your behind the scenes footage to somebody else's highlight reel? Right? Are you looking at people's hand-picked memories, hand-picked things on social media, the things that make them look cool? Look at me, I'm gangster, right? Drive a Lincoln, I'm gangster. No, are you looking at what people want you to see and believe and comparing what you know about yourself? That's unfair. Right? The only person that matters in the mirror. Talk to them more. And if those beliefs are there and they keep challenging you, write them down and no longer will you. Right? Draw a line in the sand and allow this to be the day that that stops. It's a heavy thing to think about, but once you do it and write it down, life gets good. Because where you've become in the last 6 months and where you've been in your real estate journey so far is a far cry from where you're going to go. You just have to make the decision to do it. I heard this on a call over the weekend. It was a national real estate, on Monday, actually, a national coaching call I was on. And some of the best coaches in the business were on this call. And someone says, it's impossible to fail at real estate. You have to give up. It's impossible to fail at real estate. You have to give up. Whose choice is it to give up?
Ours.
There you go. Don't give up. We are going to do, if you guys want to join us, I mean, some of you are not directly in PC, like actually it's just Mara on the call, but we're going to do a 7 circles exercise this at 2:30. The 7 circles of a balanced life. We're going to talk about some of that stuff. So if you want to join us at 2:30, we're going to be doing that. Links at 1kwsa.com. And I'll send out the 7 circles graphic for you guys to download, print, or take notes with, okay? So remember, you are unstoppable. I'll see you guys in the morning. High five.